time here, and we are celebrating a celestial event, which is called Vaikashi Vishakam. And that's a mouthful for us English-speaking people, but Vaikashi means the Tamil month that is between mid-May to mid-June. And then Vishakam is the star that is associated with this divine being who we're going to be sharing about. And his name is Lord Muruga. And Lord Muruga is the God of wisdom. We're going to birth Lord Muruga's energy inside of us with the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai on his birthday, which is coming up May 18th, 2019, depending on where you are in the world and what time the Vishaka star falls on. So it could be Thursday, Friday, or perhaps all day Friday. So again, in Eastern Daylight Savings Time, it is around 5 p.m. on Thursday into, Friday into Saturday. So that's May 18th, Friday into Saturday, around 5 p.m. till 5 p.m. So 24 hours of a power time or a window of opportunity to dive in and explore this archetypal energy. So an archetype is a stream of consciousness that we can tap into. It's going on behind the scenes. It's a supernatural force, and it manifests as this beautiful being who we see in a statue here. And my name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a longtime student of Dr. Pillai's and also teacher at Pillai Center. And I work with advisory services at AstroVet as well. And I love these teachings, and I love Lord Muruga. In fact, when I had a naughty reading many, many years ago, my first naughty reading, the first temple that I went to was to honor Lord Muruga. And I went there, I didn't know anything about anything. I just jumped on the plane and they said, come and do these remedies, go to these power spots, these temples, these vortices of spiritual energy, and get rid of your heavy, tough, challenging karma. So I went to Swami Malai, and it is a place in Tamil Nadu, South India. And it is a power spot or a battlefield for Lord Muruga. And he has 6 battlefields or power spots where he can root out at the soul level and at the body level, the physical level, the emotional level, the spiritual level, the psychic level, the psychological level, and also in the cosmos. So he erased a tremendous amount of negativity that was inside of me, all around me, heavy debt, burdens, and illness that I had been diagnosed with that was chronic and there was no cure for. He just destroyed all of that. So when I jumped back on the plane, came back to Canada, things started to turn around. So I love Lord Muruga, and I love sharing with everyone here about Lord Muruga and why we would want to celebrate his birthday. So like anyone in our lives, including ourselves, a birthday is a time of celebration. It's a time to remember who we are and why we came into this lifetime and what is our purpose and who are we being. So Lord Muruga's grace and blessings will destroy any negativity such as enemies, diseases, debts, litigation. He will give us healing at the level of the body, the mind, the soul. Who knows how to heal the soul? I sure don't. So Lord Muruga was able to do that through simple practices and also participating in services that are offered through Pillai Center, that are done on our behalf through the Vedic specialists, their grace and blessings, and then Dr. Pillai is overseeing everything. So he's bringing out the latest and greatest teachings. So Lord Muruga is this Pleiadian god. The Pleiades is a star constellation, and we are hurling through space through this star constellation because here we are on the planet Earth, and we are evolving. The Earth is evolving, and everyone on the planet is evolving. So we don't have a choice but to evolve. So what we can do to prepare ourselves to get that light or align with Lord Muruga's grace and blessings is to pray to him and to honor him very simply. So back to what we can do during this celestial time. So Lord Muruga, again, he's the Pleiadian god of wisdom. So wisdom is accessed by the third eye. So what is the third eye? The third eye is the pineal gland. It's a pituitary, pineal, and third ventricle aspect. And these three components will help to activate in our subtle brain this third eye apparatus. And this third eye is a door or a portal that helps us to zoom into the cosmos, go beyond space, beyond time of what we know, to get out of slow time and get out of the impact of our karmas, whether it's from planetary influences, favorable or unfavorable times, past lives, this lifetime, our ancestors. Lord Muruga will take care of all of it. So he will help us with our spiritual evolution, again, of the earth plane and also of ourselves. And then he is also known as the Lord of Kundalini. So what is Kundalini energy? Kundalini energy is the goddess energy, this fiery energy that once it's awakened, it will shoot up from the base of the spine, activate all the chakras along our backbone in our subtle body that corresponds to our physical body. And then once it pops up into the brain, as Dr. Pillai shares, it breaks through the crown chakra, and then we will be connected to our higher selves or our God self. So that's what Lord Muruga's grace and blessings can do once we get that activation of the third eye. So the Kundalini energy is going to be shooting up from the base of the spine, activating all the chakras, spinning out any negativity, anything that is no longer serving us. And then once it reaches the third eye, it pops open the crown chakra and we feel like a king or a queen in our lives, and we feel empowered and we get rid of that negative energy, that congested energy that's been following us for a long time. So he's the brother of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly and he rides a mouse, and he's the one who removes obstacles. So being his brother, well, Lord Muruga wants to do something really quick. So he gets on his peacock and he flies around the universe, and he can do things instantaneously. So whenever anything happens instantaneously without too much effort, and through the grace and blessings of this God of wisdom, this God of Kundalini energy, this God of chakras that are getting rocked, he is going to give us miracle consciousness. So the peacock represents miracle consciousness. So people always ask, I just need miracles in my life. Pray to Lord Muruga, especially on his birthday. He wants to give us these kinds of gifts. So he destroys bad karmas again, diseases, enemies, competitors, rivals, blocks in our profession or our career, especially as Dr. Pillai shares, our jobs, our income will double or triple or quadruple with Lord Muruga's grace and blessings, because he destroys anyone who is stopping us up. So he will help with health issues, long time or chronic health issues, or acute health issues, like health issues that come out of nowhere and they shock us. And then we are disturbed psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, and we give up hope and we get discouraged, or we even become depressed. So depression is nothing but low energy for a long period of time. So Muruga will just wipe that out. He will energize us, because once the Kundalini energy is moving through our chakra system, goes into our brain, we're able to think clearly. We can think quickly, and then we will find resolution very fast. So he's the God of wisdom, and even the planets. So if you go to an astrologer, a Vedic astrologer, and they will say, well, you have a problematic Mars. So Mars is the war planet. It's always on fire. It wants to argue. It wants to compete. It wants to create rivals. It wants to complain. It wants to destroy relationships. That's what it does. It's his thing. However, Lord Muruga is the overlord. So he's kind of like the CEO. He can manage, he can override Mars's negative qualities and turn Mars into a spiritual warrior, a peaceful warrior, that which exudes grace and blessings and wants to empower others and wants to heal relationships. So again, he's a healing Lord. He heals relationships. He heals marriages or interpersonal relationships, especially with your colleagues and your subordinates at work, or it can be your bosses as well, relationships with your bosses. You will get noticed when Lord Muruga gets into you, gets birthed into you. And so he also helps with sibling rivalry. So younger siblings can be problematic relationships forever. And then when you start to pray to Lord Muruga, that can get healed. So brothers also are under that same umbrella. So he will also give us beauty. So Lord Muruga, his name means beautiful. It means you can be really beautiful or handsome or feel vital and glow. And then other people will be looking at you and you'll be like, they'll be saying, wow, you look amazing. And you're like, I don't feel so well, but okay. So the glow of Lord Muruga will be bestowing beauty, and you'll look handsome or pleasing to the eye. You'll be like eye candy to others. That could be fun. So he'll make you to feel youthful and also useful. So you'll have all this energy. You'll feel like you have a shot of youthful injection of life, and then high-spirited. You'll be full of wisdom because you will think and do things very quickly. You won't even be thinking. It'll just be spontaneous. So as he opens the third eye, wisdom prevails. So he will purify the body, mind, and soul. The chakras will get activated, and then they will be spinning in a way that is going to root out any negativity. We don't even know what's at that deep, dark crevice, that closet that we've closed and we've locked with 1,000 locks, and we shoved it in a safe, and no one can get at it. He will bust it open and say, do you really want to have this? Why don't you put gold in that safe instead? So you'll feel like this golden energy. And he is also known as the golden age god, because here we are coming out of the Kali Yuga and we're going into the golden age. So Lord Muruga is the one who will help us to turn the body into light, because that's what the golden age is all about. No pain, no suffering, and we just have all this light. We have lightness of being. We're like a bunch of angels or gods or goddesses running around on the earth plane that has also evolved. So it's helping us, our Lord Muruga's grace and blessings are helping us to evolve to that state as we go along without blowing up. Because if we got all the energy all at once, we would probably be barbecued. We would be fried, because there's just way too much sun's light and intelligence. Why the sun? Because the sun represents the soul. So our soul is a ray of sunshine from the big sun that we have in this galaxy. However, Lord Muruga's grace and blessings are like millions of suns, light, and energy. So if all that came into us all at once, barbecue. So we don't want to be like that. We want to evolve with his grace and blessings to help things get activated. The DNA will get activated, that dormant DNA will get activated, and then it will become more of in alignment with the golden age DNA that is everyone's birthright. So what does it mean to birth Lord Muruga? How do we do that? So we will get that Kundalini activated, because he's the Lord of the Kundalini. So again, the Kundalini is this goddess energy, this heat. Some people feel heat. Some people feel like goosebumps or tingling. Some people feel tremendous energy coming in, like they just ran a 100-yard dash in less than 5 seconds, and they're just like exhausted. So it will be a tremendous amount of energy coming in. You can feel dizzy. You could feel like you have visions and you're trying to figure them out. And then because the third eye is opening, you will get these images to help you to sort out your life. Or maybe you'll go deeper into the dream plane. And as Dr. Clyde shares, if you go into the dream plane and Lord Muruga is guiding you in the dream plane, you can get a lot of karma done because there's no physical limitations. You're in that psycho-spiritual state of being. And then Lord Muruga, he's already there. He's non-physical, but he's very present, and you will feel him physically. So that's what we want to do, is we want to feel something that's going on. Much like when your mom has, you and your dad and your mom got together, and here you are, this little egg and sperm come together, and then you're developing, and during that 9-month or 10-month gestation period, pregnancy, you are growing, something's happening, something's moving, something's stirring. It's not really talking to you, but it is talking to the mom or the dad. So just as we have a project that we're doing at work or with our business, we start out with the seed and we plant the seed, and then we take the steps and we grow every step of the way, and we expand it until it's full and complete. So that's what birthing is. It's something that's been created and it's ready to go. It's ready to be birthed. So the Kundalini energy is ready. It's ready to be birthed inside of us, and we may not know how to do that, or it hasn't been on a consistent basis. So when we get in alignment with Lord Muruga's grace and blessings, it happens instantaneously and it continues to grow and expand. So how we can benefit again is it will help us with our health. It'll improve our well-being, our vitality, we'll be inspired. So whenever we're inspired, we're enthusiastic. Enthusiasm means the spirit is moving through you. So we will be in alignment with our highest self, our true self. Our purpose in life won't be our job. We'll be doing our job to make a living, or doing our business or our career. We'll be advancing along and based on our karma, because that's something that we are equipped with, so we can do it. But we will have so much joy and happiness, and we'll be able to share that and help others as well. So again, our relationships will improve. We'll be really attractive to others, and others will be attracted to us. And then Lord Muruga's grace and blessings will continue to grow. And so in that expansion process, we will start to explore things that we thought we could never have. So birthing Muruga is that, again, activating the consciousness to move the Kundalini, open the third eye, open the crown chakra, connect us to our higher selves, connect us to the Akashic records, connect us to the Pleiades, the birth star constellation that we're going through as an earth plane. We're birthing into the Pleiadian star constellation or system. And then the earth is hiccuping all over the place, trying to get rid of all the congested negative energies that human beings have imposed on it for a long time. So we are healing. It's a healing energy. It's a time to open the third eye, get rid of anything that's no longer serving us, experience beauty from within and without. As the Bible says, the kingdom is within. So we have to own the kingdom within, and we can't, as Christ said, we have to get through the third eye, which is like trying to get a camel through the eye of a needle. So we need the grace and blessings of this Pleiadian archetype, this Kundalini Lord, who will open the third eye so it can expand to fit the camel with the hump through the needle head that is our third eye. So once the karma is destroyed, does it mean the life ends? No, we just get into a spiritual state of being. So then we can help others. We can be healers, no matter what we're doing. We can be lawyers and do healing work. We can be accountants. We could be moms and dads and bakers and bankers and anything, not just a physician or someone in the healing profession. Or you may have ideas to shift your profession, and you'll have the courage and the strength, because he gives a lot of courage, and he empowers us to do things, to think out of the box. to get out of our comfort zone, to take risks that are going to help us to be of service to ourselves and also to others. So birthing Muruga in you, again, is going to destroy as much harm as possible, because as Dr. Pillai shares, and all the masters do, we come to this earth plane to act stuff out. Whether it's good or bad, we change our minds all the time and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? Or, wow, that was awesome, but now what? So we're always fooling around with karma. It's the game of life. So as the Buddha said, and his birthday is coming up as well this weekend, right on Lord Muruga's birthday. So it's great, enlightenment and prosperity. That is what Lord Muruga is all about. And the Buddha, he said, you know, life is suffering and it's all due to karma. So he didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in a higher force or nature or anything else. He believed in karma. So karma was the thing that he wanted everyone to do, is live the middle path. Now we're going to find out what living the middle path is according to Dr. Pillai's teachings and diving into the secrets of Lord Muruga. So the middle path is our backbone and it is our brain. So Lord Muruga is associated with the veil. This is a lance. It's a divine weapon, such that when we implant it psychologically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, we're not going to do it physically. We're not going to stick this inside of us. But we are going to superimpose it, and then in a meditative state, we can imagine the stem of the veil being our backbone, and all the chakras, these psycho-spiritual centers, are aligned on the shaft of the veil, and then the head of the veil is going to be our third eye. So that's where we are going to get it activated, and then it's going to light up our whole brain. It's going to light up our whole body. And what will that do? It will diffuse any dark forces, negative forces. So that's what we're going to do with the veil. The veil is the divine weapon that is also associated with Lord Muruga. And Lord Muruga, just having a veil, or perhaps we'll do a few at-home techniques that are simple, and then we'll explain why we are doing them. So this will destroy the negativity. You can see on all the statues, they all have a veil here, which is a lance for Lord Muruga. And it will activate all the chakras again. It will destroy enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, just with the presence of one, or we have the impression of it inside of our brain and our backbone. So this Kundalini energy will just be always activated. It will always be turned on, and it will always be expanding. It won't be like, oh, geez, my spiritual energy is down. You will always have it when you connect to Lord Muruga. So when we transcend the body, mind, and soul, we get into the third eye, and then we have the blessings of the divine. So I have so many notes here, but again, depression. Many people come to Lord Muruga, they celebrate his birthday, and they start to feel fabulous, like happy for no reason. And that's what it means to have the spiritual energy moving through you. Even if you're going through challenges in life, you have a smile on your face, knowing that you're going to get through it. You're going to find a way out with the support of Lord Muruga's consciousness birthing inside of you every moment, every day. So depression, again, is low energy. He just raises the energy. You can't be depressed. He will make you to be giggling and laughing and full of joy and full of vitality. And be that spiritual warrior. So you're always alert. You're not goofy. You're alert and you're full of joy. And then you're attracting everyone who is helpful. And then you can also be of service too. So this God of light, he overcomes any kind of darkness. So things like evil eye or black magic. When I first started on this path, I come from a Catholic background, a Christian background. And when I heard about evil eye and black magic, I was like, what? I don't know about that. But then what happened was, when I started to work with Lord Muruga's energy, I could see these forces. I could feel them coming. I could see how they were showing up in my life and trying to trip me up. And then working with the veil and meditations on Lord Muruga and going to power spots at temples around the world with Dr. Pillai and also on my own, I really started to be so grateful to Lord Muruga because he kept showing me subtler and subtler ways where the thoughts that creep in, they're not even thoughts I'm thinking, but they're coming in and causing doubt. And then all of a sudden I have low energy or I'm depressed for no reason or pain in my body. So that's the evil eye, quote unquote, black magic. It's just unseen. You don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from family members who don't want to see you succeed for some strange reason. So it can be really close to home, and that's scary. So how to do it? You don't want to confront it because you love your family, you love your family members, you love your friends, you love your colleagues at work, you love everybody. However, these forces come in and they play and they cause problems. So they are for real. Even if you believe it or don't believe it, just take note and praying to Lord Muruga, he'll show you. He'll show you how to know how to notice it. And so it won't be like you have to read about it or do anything. You'll just instantaneously, your intuition will be so alert. You'll be like, what? That's not right. Your gut will tell you. So you can't think. It's in your gut. And it will say, whatever is coming out of that person's mouth is not matching what their face says. So it will help you to go beyond that, and it'll also help you to be very diplomatic because he's a peaceful warrior. He wants to destroy the dark forces or those negative energies between you and another person, whether it's your family member, colleague, boss, whoever, anyone in your life or anyone you interact with. Maybe you're traveling and you just get upset for no reason and you're just freaking out at the person at the ticket booth, and what did they do to you to deserve that? But a force overcomes you. So he will help you to just carry yourself with grace and ease and empowered and get through your challenges and not be fighting everyone and creating all that negativity coming back at you, because whatever we put out comes back to us. We all know that. So high self-esteem, high vitality. If you have low self-esteem or low disregard for your, or low regard for yourself, and people are disregarding your opinion, or they don't respect you, or you don't respect others, that's all garbage. It just goes around and around in circles, and then you feel bad and guilty, angry, upset. So he takes care of all that. Anger is a big one. Rage, road rage. Have a veil in your car and you will not have road rage. So he'll take care of debts. So you can put a veil, maybe not this size, but perhaps maybe another size. I have lots of different ones here. You can put that in your wallet or your purse, and then it can remind you to have savings consciousness and don't spend. Why do we get in debt? Because we spend and we can't help ourselves. So he will help you to sort out your finances and create wealth consciousness and savings consciousness, maybe even investing consciousness, step by step. So this is a smaller veil. It's about maybe 2 inches, and then that will fit inside your wallet or your purse. So you can have it at your desk, you can have it wherever you are. And so this God of life, he's going to help us with all our professions and our professional pursuits, our job pursuits, our academic pursuits, because we spend most of our time doing that, about 8 to 10 hours a day for a lot of people. So it's more time than we spend with our family, or more time that we spend with our selves, like to go to a yoga class or go to, do our favorite hobby. And that's another thing that Lord Muruga will do, is he will make you to get on your spiritual path and stick with it, because your spiritual energy is something that will never go away. It will always be with you, and it'll grow and grow and grow. Whereas money comes and goes, relationships come and go, health comes and goes, everything comes and goes in life, ups and downs. However, your spiritual energy will always be there. You keep working on it, it's always going to be available. So that's the beauty. It's unlimited. It's not limited. So keep working with Lord Muruga, and then you will know how to navigate life with super speed, and then do multitasking, and you'll have the courage to ask for a raise, or maybe even present your ideas. And then you can lead. He's a leader. He's like the general of the Pleiades. He's the general of the Pleiadian army of those beings who are coming to help protect the humans and help us to evolve. So you'll feel like this regal energy, this power house of energy that gets awakened inside of you, and all of a sudden people are noticing it, and they're inviting you to take the lead. And you're not saying, oh, I don't know if I can do it. You're not shying away from it. You're like, yeah, let's do it. And then all these ideas come to you, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? And that's how he works. So Dr. Pillai shares, when you connect with Lord Muruga, it will make you to have the mind of an athlete. An athlete can have broken legs, broken arms, broken everything. And if he's going or she's going for the gold, it doesn't matter. They just tape it up or pin it up or have the surgery and just get back, get going. I'm going for the gold. So that's what Lord Muruga will do, is when we fall down and we are even like on our face and we can't go any lower in any aspect of our life, everything is falling apart. Lord Muruga will say, get up, soldier, and get going. And then just like an athlete would when he's going for the gold, which is what we are, we're going for the golden age, which is not somewhere down the road, it's right now. So the divine is entering right now, and the Pleiades are these star energies that are readily available and are wanting, whoever is ready to be open to it is going to pour that energy into us. So the chakra system is like a chalice that opens up, and then the energy of the celestial beings come into us and they heal us. And we don't know how it works, but who cares? It's working. And we're able to help others because it's an endless supply. So why not be communing with Lord Muruga's energy and celebrating his birthday? So again, what we can, according to the scriptures, the sacred teachings about Lord Muruga's birth and how it relates to our evolution of our body, mind, and soul. So there's a story that is, there was this really bad demon called Padma, and he was harassing everyone. He was just like wreaking havoc everywhere. And he could divide himself and just go and beat up everyone and you know, burn places and torture people. And he was just insane. And so he, no God wanted to come to the earth plane and help the people because he was just so powerful and he was super negative and no one was up for the challenge. So what happened was Lord Shiva, who is Lord Muruga's dad and also Ganesha's dad, father, he had his third eye popped. And then out of the third eye, he was so mad at this demon, the thought of this demon taking, you know, wreaking havoc all over the world. And then no one could fight him. No one could stop him. And he was just going to burn the whole earth plane down. So Lord Shiva was furious. He popped his third eye, and then out of it, 6 sparks flew. And these 6 sparks turned into 6 children, divine beings. And then these divine beings became one child with 6 heads. Oh my goodness. Now that's quite a sight, if you can imagine. And his name was Shanmuga. And here is a statue here, an image of the archetypal being, the form of Lord Muruga called Shanmuga. Muga means face. So he has 6 faces. And I'll give you a close-up once we get into the demonstration part of this program. So the story is that he goes and he's the Parvati, his mom, who she nurses him, and then she helps him to come into being, into the earth plane, and then he has this ability to destroy these forces because the 6 faces represent our brain, the 6 parts of our brain. So the frontal lobe, the occipital lobe, the temporal parietal lobes on either side, and then the top of the brain makes 5. But where's the 6th part? It's in the midbrain. So he has the ability to open up the midbrain, open up the 3rd eye, so that we can be empowered and we can destroy any negativity, like Surapadman, this nasty guy. And so it is a really empowering thing to do, is to read about the story of Lord Muruga, the birth of Lord Muruga, because it's like mythotherapy. Myths are true forever. They don't die. So you will feel connecting to the storyline of Lord Muruga, and you'll feel that energizing the different aspects of your brain. They'll start to come alive, and the DNA in all your cells will start to come alive. So reading the story won't just be like reading a good book. It will really go deep into your spiritual psychology. And so getting into the 6-headed, being this Shan Muga, again, Muga means spaces, Shan means 6, so 6 spaces, there's 6 attributes. Yana means wisdom, and then Vairagya is detachment. Bhala gives strength. Kirti is fame. Shri is wealth. And then Aishwarya is divine power. So why wouldn't we want wisdom, detachment, strength, fame, and wealth? It's like ruling our life without having to sit on a throne. We'll be leading the way, but knowing it's not really us, it's the energy of Lord Muruga birthing inside of us. So we're going to talk a lot about 6, because 6 is the number for Lord Muruga. And like the story, like the 6 parts of the brain, 6 is a power number for Lord Muruga. So again, he'll help to get rid of enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, people who have lawsuits that are terrible, or divorces, child custody battles. It's so harmful for everyone all around, and everyone loses so much money. And even the lawyers, although they're taking the money, they feel bad about it. They do. I know a lot of lawyers who have to settle divorces, and it's terrible. It's very emotional. So Lord Muruga will come in, and people will actually have a veil during their lawsuit or their court case, and they will be holding on to it, and it will, all of a sudden, the judges change or something happens, and then it gets thrown out. Miracles, talking miracles. So, and then credit cards. If you have this in your wallet, what will happen is you'll just automatically start putting more money on your credit card. And by some time that goes by, your credit card will go down. You haven't even made any effort. You don't have that energy, that fear or anxiety about using your credit card again. You'll just use it wisely. Wisdom means wisely. So that's enough about that. Healing diseases, relationships again. Help you to come up in life, promote yourself, and help to support others. It'll just be natural. So the 6 chakras that will get activated with the veil, they will help to wipe out any karmic impression. So karmic impression is a seed that's been planted, and it's going to turn into a weed. And that weed is going to overtake your beautiful heavenly garden inside of you. And then you're going to feel choked out, and you won't enjoy the blossom of heavenly flower that you are. So that's a metaphor, but it's the truth. He just roots it out, and he will rip out those weeds before they even become weeds. He will just root it out even before the seed is popping. So he will just take it, crush it, done. It doesn't even pop up to the surface. So again, he'll do that in your life, on your waking state, in your dream state, in your meditations, on all planes. You'll be firing on all cylinders. That's what we want. We want to be holistic, whole brain, whole body, whole spiritual, all at once. But how to do it? Oh, that's overwhelming. I can't even read enough about it, and then to even understand it, forget about it. So Lord Muruga will do it instantaneously. So there are 6 power spots or battlefields in India that you can go to if you go on a pilgrimage there. And Lord Muruga has done some pretty heavy duty demon killing at Palani, Tiruchendur, Swami Malai and Tiruparam Kundram and Paranamlai and then Tirutani. And those all relate to the 6 chakras. So when you go to those temples, like I did at Swami Malai, pop, this feeling that overcame me, because at Swami Malai, one of the secrets is you'll learn the meaning of Om. So what is Om? Om is God. Om is omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. And it's all powerful, all knowing, and it's everywhere. So it's the divine energy, and you don't have to read about it. You're just in the presence of that place, Swami Malai. And that's where Lord Muruga actually taught his dad, Lord Shiva, the meaning of Om, because Lord Shiva forgot the meaning. And so Lord Muruga said, hey, if I'm going to teach you the meaning of Om, then I'm going to be your teacher. And he goes, okay, that's fine. So he tells them the meaning of Om. And then he's able to come up, and that's why he's more powerful almost than Lord Shiva, because he will open the third eye by giving you the meaning of Om. So Swami Malaya is a place like that, and the other temples, power spots, they're pretty powerful. Tiruchendur is a place to get the energy in the 6th center and in the abdomen area. That's where our creative juices get blocked up from karma. So it doesn't matter what we think, what's going on down in the guts and in the pelvic region, there's blocks energetically. So we can't see those blocks. So when you go to Tiruchendur, is the place where you have this royal consciousness, and that's where the place where Lord Muruga historically killed Sir Padman, this demon, who popped into, once he got killed, then he said, you're the most powerful warrior. I want to be with you all the time. So he popped himself into two demons, and then he became a rooster and a peacock. And you'll see the images there's a rooster on the flag. So the flag represents victory over dark forces. And that's what a rooster does. When the night comes into the day, at the crack of dawn, just when all those dark forces are scooting off, and they are going to be scared away, or they're going to flee when they hear the caw of the rooster. So the rooster is rich in mythology, but it's also in our everyday life. If you are around a farm and then you are getting up at the crack of dawn with the cawing of the rooster, or the crowing of the rooster, it will alert you, and you will get going, and you will, get out of your, you come out of your sleep, and you'll be opening your eyes, popping up, and you'll be alert. And then peacock represents miracle consciousness, again, Om. So if you look at a peacock feather, I don't have one on me, but I have a peacock jewelry, and that it is an image of it looks like the third eye. So here it is, right? That's the peacock on the peacock feather, and that represents the third eye. So when you have this symbol, this is like a landing pad for the divine to come in. So you can be wearing costume jewelry and dress up to honor Lord Muruga, or have a rooster on your towels, your kitchen towels, or have a rooster at your front entrance. And it's just an ornament, but that it is very powerful in warding off any negativity from any of your guests coming in and out, or even you coming in and out. So these symbols are deeply entrenched in spiritual energy, and then mythotherapy will help to heal anything that is going to be popping up before it even pops up. It will just take it out. So the next 6 things that we can share about birthing Lord Muruga's consciousness into us are there 6 sounds that will activate his consciousness within inside of us. And they're quantum sounds, meaning they're mantras. They will protect the mind. So mantra means something that protects the mind. It doesn't allow negativity to come in. It doesn't allow low energy. It doesn't allow you to be ignoring your problems. It will just help you to meet them head on. And with that grace and that courage and that strength and that leadership. And so these are syllables or seeds or bija mantras. So single sounds that make up one word. And the word for or name of Lord Muruga is Sarvanabhava. So sa, ra, va, na, ba, va. 6 sounds. Sa, ra, va, na, ba, va. So 6 sounds. Sa means to be pleasing, and you'll attract everyone. And people will want to be attracted to you, and you'll want to help people. You want to please them, and they'll want to please you. So it's sa is a sound in Saravanabhava that helps you to be pleasing. And then Ra, our A, is the sound to enjoy prosperity. Most of us are prosperous. We just ignore it. We don't see the silver lining in things. We're not grateful. We don't acknowledge all the miracles that happen every moment. We're breathing. We're alive. That's huge. You know, some people get off the bed, or they can't even get off the bed. They're in a hospital, or they've been recently diagnosed with some debilitating disease, and they have to go through some tremendous therapies, and all the money in the bank isn't going to make them well. So Ra will protect you and help you to enjoy prosperity. Va, Va, is a sound to dissolve debts, physical discomfort or ailments. And then Na is the sound to dissolve enemies, competitors, rivals, or that rivalry inside of you, or that competitive energy inside of you that just destroys everything. It just wants to win all the time. It doesn't want to give way. It doesn't want to cooperate. It just wants to win and fight and just, you know, shut people out, because nobody likes to lose all the time around you. So what's the point of that? So it'll bring that into perspective inside of you, and then you'll say, hey, it's better to be working together and using all this competitive energy to cooperate and find out fabulous ways to interact with one another, to be more creative, and so on. So Na dissolves the enemies, problems, marriage, relationship issues, and then Ba, B-A, or Va, Saravana, Ba, B-A, is the sound of happiness. So you're going to just be happy for no reason. Again, you can have all the problems going on, and then people are just like, you're so happy all the time, and you're like, I know, I don't know why. Lord Muruga. So Va is the final sound, the 6th sound syllable, and it destroys evil. So again, kind of those things like negative hidden forces, you don't know, but you feel it. There's something's just not right, and it's taking you over. It's you know, you don't have any control. If you feel down, or you're just all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're exhausted. And so that's how you will know, hey, I need Lord Muruga's grace, and he will just fight that out, fight that off for you. So then the second sound, the second name of Lord Muruga that we're going to share with everyone today as well. When we do our elementalization, we're going to line our chakras. We're going to give Lord Muruga some offerings to activate that birthing inside of us. We want to have an experience. I'm sharing with you as a form of information gathering or sharing, and then as Dr. Pillai shares, we have to be a little bit entertaining, but then we're going to get into and set up this spiritual transmission. So hopefully that's waking up. Now, once you know who this is all about, who this Lord Muruga is, and then you're getting excited. What is he going to do for me? How am I going to feel that? So basically our chakras are going to get rocked, and we're going to know what that feels like. We're going to have some idea, or we might see something. So the thing that we can do, the 6 powerful things to do at home on Lord Muruga's birthday. Again, it's May 18th. It can be a Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. Next week, and then during Vishaka Star. So go on to Ashraved, find out when Vishaka Star is by putting your location into the Panchang, the location, and then you can find out on his birthday what time Vishaka Star is running. So it's going to be around 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to 5 p.m. the next day, 24 hours. So what do we want to do at home to connect with him? We want to wear red clothes, and it's like a blood red. So kind of like this red, the red that he's wearing. And when you do that, red is a very powerful energy. It's blood, it's life force. It is that when our blood is going, then we want to move, we want to do things. That's why we exercise. That's something that Lord Muruga too he'll like get you to go out and exercise. He will make you to, maybe join a gym or a yoga class or do some yoga. Maybe you'll just go online and do some exercises at home. Get that blood moving, get the muscles moving, and he'll make you to feel beautiful. And he's very fit, so you'll even like feel muscles growing, and you're like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? Because he is doing it for you. He's helping you to go out, and maybe you'll walk more. You'll get those the blood flowing. So you can wear red clothes. The red light, as Dr. Pillai shares, is a technology now to heal. So that you can Google that or go onto the YouTube red light healing therapy or red light healing technology. And it's coming into the world now at this point in time where it's going to be very useful modality, a tool that you don't have to take pills or do surgery. It's just going to do it for you. Just like red light technology, when we pick up our converter and we can click, the TV goes on, or we click the little converter for the car, and when the car alarm goes or it opens the door, whatever. So that technology is there. You can't see it, but it's there, and it's useful. So coral is a gemstone, and you can see he's wearing it here on the statues, and then I have red coral here on my necklace, and that's because I have Mars energy. I'm an Aries moon. He's also associated with the stars that are ruled by Mars, are the moons that are ruled by Mars. So Aries moon can be a moon that's problematic, as it was when I was growing up and all through my competitive years. Yeah, I want to be on top, but it was so lonely. So yeah, Lord Muruga has really helped me to be more cooperative and be more willing to enjoy helping others to come up, and then being of service, because we all want to do something that's greater than ourselves. And in being of service and support, and then being a part of a global group who's going to impact all of humanity. What? That's fun. That's the way to go. And that's what Lord Muruga will do. So coral, it will help to calm down Mars problems or afflictions. And if you don't know if you have a Mars affliction, or you do, and you want to know what to do some remedies, you can go to a Vedic astrologer or Nadi astrologer at astroved.com, and then they will help you to do some remedies at home, do some things to calm it down, just like I did. Maybe go to temples, go to India, and then do what I did. I have no clue. And then fast forward almost 25 years later, Lord Muruga has been guiding me and helping me to stay calm, cool, collected, and then also to be youthful and useful. And so that's the grace and blessings of the coral. So sometimes people can't wear coral. It's not recommended, because then it can be too much. Mars energy, or so you go to an astrologer to see what you really need to do and if coral is right for you. Lord Muruga loves it. So you can also chant Om Sarvana Bhava. You can meditate, and then you can also chant Murugan Kumaran Guhan. That's the other three sounds. Those are the names of Lord Muruga. It's like we have different names. We have nicknames. We have spiritual names. We have our legal names. We have our, if we've got married and we took our spouse's name. So everybody changes their names or interchanges their names depending on who they're hanging out with, or if it's a legal thing, then you use your legal name, and it may not be your birth name. So names change with human beings, and so the gods' names change. So that's what it is. To call the God's name, though, is to invite that energy into you. So Murugan Kumaran Guhan, you say those sounds out loud, and that will activate your brain. If you say it out loud, you hear the vibration of your own voice inside your brain. And then that will activate all the different parts of your brain, and you'll feel like you're on fire. And when you're on fire, you're purifying your karma, because the energy is coming up, and it's like a spark of the divine. It just pops, and then it starts to, once your brain lights up, the brain tells the rest of the body what to do, and it chooses thoughts that are higher vibrating. So more joy, more happiness, more empowerment, more courage, more strength, more health, more vibration. The fourth thing is you can do a ritual, a flower, petal offering, and that's kind of like an amplifier. It goes right into the space because flower represents the space energy. When you give someone a flower, they light up and they don't even say anything. You don't say anything, they don't say anything, but they just light up. So that's what it is. You're enlightened by this moment of, gift giving with the flower. So the flower holds the space energy for you to vibrate at a higher state of being and keep that state. So when you offer the flowers to the statue or the yantra is a landing pad. Here's a little one here. And this is Lord Muruga's sacred geometry. So this landing pad is where the divine can come in. If you have it in your altar, you can even put it in your wallet. It's small enough. And then that energy will always be with you. Will be protecting you and so on, doing what it needs to do for you. And especially if you put more attention on it, then you're tuning in like Wi-Fi. You're connecting with the Wi-Fi. Sometimes you don't want Wi-Fi. You don't care if you're connected or not. But when you really need it, you got your phone and you're trying to get a good connection to the Wi-Fi, right? So that's what it is to have a statue, a picture, or a yantra, is that you've got a full-on Wi-Fi connection to the heavens, to that divine archetypal energy, that consciousness that is coming in, and it's trying to find a place to land. So that will then bounce into you, activate your chakra system, swim around with you. The human becomes more divine, and the divine becomes more human, and then all of a sudden you are this beautiful, bright and shiny being that Lord Muruga wants you to be. Because they want us to evolve. They want to help us to evolve, and they want us to help them to evolve. So that's why we do these offerings, we do the ritual. So you can also pour water, milk, juice on the veil, and then you just rinse it off, and then you can have it with you. You can hold on to it. You can meditate with it. You can say the sounds, the quantum sounds, Saravana Bhava, or Om Saravana Bhavaya Namaha, and then Murugan Kumaran Guhan, and focus. Put all your energy into holding on to it, the veil, and then you'll feel this connection to your brain, and it's just like, whoa, it's like you plugged in to the power source. That's all you had to do. So the final thing that you can do at home is to observe on a Tuesday or a Mars hora or sixth moon on the waning or waxing cycle. Now, if you have an Astroved calendar, I have one here, handy dandy, and you can order them on Pillai Center or Astroved. And this Vedic calendar will tell you when all the celestial timings are. So you'll know what a sixth moon is or a waxing moon. You can download the Hora Watch. It's an app that's on astroved.com, and it's called Hora Watch or Pancham. And then it will also tell you whether it's a sixth moon on the waning or waxing cycle. And then it'll also remind you what day it is, Tuesday. And if you're like me, I'm like, what day is it? What time is it? Because I work on all different time zones. Even though I'm in Toronto, Canada, I'm working with people in India and in Europe and in parts of the US on the other side of the country, parts of Canada on the other side. So I'm all over the map. So I'm on, what day is it? What time is it? So I have my Pancham or my Hora Watch, and that helps me to know what day it is and what time it is. So Tuesday, Mars Hora, you'll also know when Mars Hora operates. So every hour, there's a new planetary influence coming in. So Mars is associated with Lord Muruga, and Mars can be out of control. If you watch or observe during the Mars Hora how you're being, are you being a spiritual warrior and you have all this energy and you're being a leader in life and you're coming up with all these ideas and you're going after it and you have courage and everybody wants to be a part of your projects or whatever it is that you're doing? Or are you mad, upset, angry, frustrated, blaming, hypercritical, criticizing yourself, criticizing others. Oh my God, it's a mosh pit. So that's what happens during a Mars hora, because Mars wants to battle. And so if it's the lower evolved Mars, it's always a great opportunity for us to check in and go, oh my God, when am I going to get over that? So Lord Muruga, honoring Lord Muruga, he will start to grow and expand. He's being birthed inside of you all the time. You just say his names. Pour some water, milk, or juice on the veil. Don't even have to do that. Just hold on to the veil. You can also take a lemon or a lime. That's a do it yourself at home. So you take the tip of the veil and you just pierce the skin of a lemon or a lime, and then you push it in and you just have it there. And oh, it's lovely, the smell of lemon juice. So what you do is you put it on your altar, or you can have it on your desk. Some people take it in their car to prevent road rage, their own road rage or other people's road rage or accidents, because Mars energy can cause accidents. So observe on a Tuesday during rush hour, are you seeing more accidents than usual? Just try it out, check it out. Or are you having an accident? All of a sudden you trip and you fall and you hurt your leg or your arm. You know, it's a Tuesday or a Mars hora. Or it could be a star associated with Lord Muruga, which is nakshatra in Sanskrit, and it is Kritika star or Vishaka star, like his birthday. So Kritika and Vishaka star, again, you look it up on the Panchang or the Astrobed calendar, and those 2 star days for 24 hours, usually those stars are transiting that day, and then you just observe, who are you being? Are there more accidents? Are you feeling low energy, high energy? Are you feeling motivated? Are you feeling depressed? So those stars will be shining brightly, and they will show you who good or not so good, what the impact is of Mars and Lord Muruga. Lord Muruga can also be upset with you if you're not on your spiritual path, because that's what's going to burn the karma. So we want to get all this energy and get fired up. So he's going to be like a coach for us, you know, an Olympic coach, and getting us to that podium for our gold celebration, our gold medal. So he can trip us up, and then we'll pay attention. So the lemon or the lime, I have a lime here too, you can use that as well. And even having it in your car. And then at the end of the day, you can take it out, and then you'll be like, wow, I was really peaceful. I was calm. I didn't, you know, blow up, or I didn't get stuck in traffic or get stuck behind an accident in traffic. It will just find a way out. Or intuitively, it'll be just like, oh, geez, how come I'm going down this road? And then you'll go on your Google Maps or whatever it is, you check the route, and then you'll say, oh my goodness, thank God I didn't go down that route, because I would have been stuck in traffic forever. So Lord Muruga, that's how he'll work, in very mysterious but very helpful ways to avoid danger or avoid problems. Or those near accidents, you know, someone is zipping along and then all of a sudden they cut you off, and then you have to swerve, but nobody is in the other lane, and you're just like, whoa. That's Lord Muruga's grace and blessings. You avoided it. It was a near hit, you know, and then you got out of it. So you can, again, so those Tuesdays, Mars hora, 6th moon days, waxing or waning cycle, Kritika star, Vishaka star, and then because we've been mentioning 6 a lot of times during this webinar, 6 is a number that you want to watch out for. Maybe you'll start waking up at 6 o'clock. Maybe you'll start waking up at 6:06. Maybe you'll start waking up at 6:16 or 6:26. And you'll be surprised. You'll be like, I'm alert, I'm awake, if you're not used to getting up at that time. Or it can be in the evening, and something meaningful will happen on the 6th second, the 6th hour, the 6th day of the month, week, the 6th day of the month, the 6th day, anything to do with 6. So 6th hour, 6th minute, 6th second, 6th day, the 6th month, and then also look for 6. So if you're driving along and you see a license plate and it has a bunch of 6s, and you're going, oh my God, that's Muruga. What's my consciousness? What are my thoughts? Or if you're just about to avoid something, and then you'll be looking and you go, oh my God, I can see the traffic ahead. I was just gapping out, and then I can find a way out. So 6 is a power number associated with Lord Muruga. Again, he will activate all the 6 parts of the brain and then activate all the chakras in the subtle body. And so then you're aligned. You got a great Wi-Fi connection with the divine. So how we can benefit from participating in services that are offered through Pillai Center Academy. There are 2 courses that you can dive into, get the blessings of Dr. Pillai, the initiations into these secretive teachings, that they will reveal the secrets of Lord Muruga inside of you. So he will give you the keys to unlock those doors, and then you will explore, you'll discover it. It's super easy, and it'll be in a way that you haven't been able to connect with your highest self, and then figure out how to navigate your problems, your challenges, because no one, and I repeat, no one is exempt from problems. Problems are a part of the earth plane. So the worse your problems, call on Lord Muruga. He's going to be there in an instant, because he doesn't want anyone to suffer. So the Pillai Center Academy courses, Palladian God of Wisdom is the one that if you joined that previously, there is a live call at 3 o'clock today, Eastern Daylight Time. And you can join Radha Paru. She's one of the Pillai Center teachers and longtime devotee of Dr. Pillai, and a student of Dr. Pillai. And then she is going to be giving a support call, a live support call for people who join that Palladian God of Wisdom program. So whether you joined last year or this year or today, maybe even now, you'll be inspired to go and do it. And then, wow, that course is amazing. I review it on his birthday, on Lord Muruga's birthday, and during power times for Lord Muruga throughout the year. And it is always revealing something deeper inside of me that I didn't know was there. And I'm like, I've taken this course like so many times. That's the secret of spiritual technologies, is it will keep breaking through barriers of what you think you know, it will just go deep inside and reveal something to you and be like totally inspired and feeling the wisdom grow without having to put years of life. And then even then, if you're aging in life and you're like, when is wisdom going to kick in? Come on, kick in already. I've been around for 6, 7, 8 decades, and it doesn't happen. So we need the blessings of the God of wisdom, the Lord of the Kundalini, to help us to experience wisdom. And we don't have to wait till 60, 70, 80 years old, and maybe even forever, and have to come back again. Here we go around the mulberry bush, right? So we don't want to do that, go round and round in circles. So there's another course called the Awakened Warrior, and that is a course that will, Dr. Pillai will guide you to get a deeper understanding of Lord Muruga. And then there's also a Muruga immersion course that you can do as well through Pillai Center Academy. So if you want a live support call in a couple of hours, then go to the Palladian God of Wisdom. And then even if you can't do the live support, it will be recorded, and then you can go at your leisure. You just log in anytime, and then you can watch whatever had gone on and what was shared. So there are so many free YouTubes Dr. Pillai has put out for Lord Muruga. Arunagiri is a saint who was a sinner. He was the world's worst sinner. So he says. And he was so full of sins, and he just was like, I'm never going to be satisfied, and I'm just so bad. I can't even stand myself anymore. So he got a debilitating disease, and then he said, okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't even pay to get the healing that I need, and there is no remedy. So he climbed up this huge tower in Tiruvannamalai, this karma busting place in Tamil Nadu, and he went to the temple tower to the top, and it's like hundreds of feet high. And he was just going to do himself in because it was high enough, and he was just going to smash to smithereens on impact. And what happened was, because he was at the temple, Lord Muruga came in the form of an old man, rickety old man, and then he caught him as he was almost ready to impact the ground from so high up, having jumped. And this is really strange. Like, how does this rickety old man catch this guy falling at a tremendous speed, way again, could just crush him? But he was Lord Muruga in disguise. And then he taught him how to still the mind and then stop the negative thinking. And then also be at peace and be connected to the divine. So in an instant, Arunagiri became a saint. And then he kept singing the praises of Lord Muruga. He could do all these miracles. He didn't even think that he would be eligible. Yeah, but everybody is eligible. So he inspires me, he inspires everyone who listens to Dr. Pillai share about Arunagiri and the teachings that you can see freely at the YouTube for Pillai Center, Dr. Pillai's teachings on Lord Muruga. So those are the free teachings. And then there's so many, you can read articles. There's so many Pillai Center Practice YouTubes we've done. Jay Radha, the other teachers also have shared their experiences and shared more about Lord Muruga throughout the years. So there's tons of free viewing that you can see. And then you just get into this state where you're just, all this energy is coming and you're just like, whoa, this is amazing. So God only knows what we can afford to do and what we can't afford to do, just do it. And that's the main thing. And Lord Muruga, if you just call on his name, you don't even know his mantra. You just say, Muruga, 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 Muruga. You say it 6 times. And then imagine him inside of your brain, lighting it up. So although he has a archetypal form that looks like a man with a bunch of arms, it just represents the different aspects of our being. So that those will get woken up inside of us, and we will wake up and we'll be alert. So those are the free things. Now, if you go to Pillai Center, also AstroVed, if you're an AstroVed customer and you're just visiting Pillai Center for the first time, we also have the same services on both those sites. And so you're welcome to join. And what it is there's so many remedies, and there are 2 really cool things. Our fire labs, or homas, H-O-M-A, is in the Sanskrit or Tamil name for fire lab or fire ceremony. So the fire is Agni, the fire god, and he's also associated with Lord Muruga, because when we get into the meditation, we're going to visualize a flame in the 3rd eye. That's what's going to burn the karma. So the fire that the Vedic specialists in India on our behalf, they will put the different offerings into the fire, and then the fire, we will feel it. Even though I'm here in Toronto, I'm sponsoring this process to go on. And this ceremony is inviting Lord Muruga's grace and blessings in 2019, right on his birthday, and that is waking up my soul. So the soul knows no bounds. It doesn't have to jump on a plane and go and be present. It is going to be, the Vedic specialists will say my name and my birth star. If you don't know your birth star, again, you can check it out by submitting your birth details on astrobed.com. And then you can include your birth star if you choose to participate in these services. So you will feel it. You will feel the energy. You'll be like cooking or cleaning, and I forget, and I go, oh, it's Lord Muruga's birthday. Oh my God, wow, this energy, and just sit for a moment even. Oh, there'll also be live streamed things going on. They will do elementalizations or hydration ceremonies, pujas or elementalization, where you're offering the different items that represent the different chakras, the different elements that make you up and me up and everyone else up. So earth, water, fire, air, and space. So those elements that represent those different, or the items that represent the different elements will be offered to these sacred objects, the statues, the fire labs, everything that they're going to be doing on our behalf is according to the Vedic scriptures. So this is spiritual technology that is available. It's so super easy to do. We don't have to go anywhere. We can just be experiencing it. And then collectively, although we want it the blessings individually and perhaps for our family members or friends or whatever. Collectively, when we're all coming together from all around the globe, we're participating in something pretty special. So we're creating a vortex or an opening for Lord Muruga's energy, the Pleiadian energy, this healing energy, to come into the earth plane. So how fun is that? So it's spiritual science, and the technology is here for us to align and participate. So why not do something that is going to benefit yourself and benefit the whole planet? And you don't have to do anything, really. You can just enjoy. And your prayers will be very deep on that day, meaning that you'll be saying a mantra and all of a sudden, boom, you're in a very deep state of being. You're like, whoa, and you can't think. There are no thoughts. The worries, the anxieties, the anger, the frustration wiped out, like as if a tsunami came and took it out. And it can't exist anymore. It's just been pounded out of you. So, and you're not even harmed in any way. You're just like, whoa, this wave of really intense energy came over me and just wiped out disease karma or debt karma. Everyone on the earth plane, in every country, in every city, has some form of debt. So that is the consciousness of the whole earth plane. So even if we're out of financial debt, we might have a karma debt with relationships or family members, health karma. So there's a debt. Debt is just, it's everywhere. It's a consciousness and it's there. So we will call on these divine beings. Just like if you needed some accounting device, you don't go to your dentist, unless he's an accountant or she's an accountant. You go to an accountant to get your finances sorted out. Or you don't go to your lawyer if you have a health issue. You'll go to a doctor or an appropriate healthcare practitioner. So this Lord Muruga will tell you or show you or whisper in your ear, or there'll be a funny sensation inside of you that says, do this now. And then you will just do it, and it will be so super easy. So doing these proxy remedies, there's a Kukkuda or rooster homa or fire lab. That's really cool, and it's super empowering because, again, it drives out those forces, those evil entities, curses. People are always cursing us, or they're jealous or envious. There's no remedy for that. So what it is because you can't tell someone, stop being mad at me, stop being jealous of me, stop being angry or envious, you know, and then they'll say they're just kidding, but then you feel it. You feel that kind of like mud slung on you, and you're like, oh, yeah, but you just put some mud on me. I don't want that. Like, do we have to do that? So instead of going through that whole thing, you know, energetically, but also physically you feel it, and then psychologically you're like, oh God, why is it keep happening? So he will just cut that out with these Kukkuda homas. And then there's a peacock, it's also called Mayur in Tamil. And then that peacock homa will help you to get into miracle consciousness and then connect with your highest self, your divine self, your spark of light of God will be coming alive and burning eternally without burning you out. So that's what you can do. That's how we all can experience the birth of Lord Muruga, the birth of wisdom, the God of Kundalini, Lord of Kundalini, God of wisdom, and then not just somewhere down the road, immediately. So now we're here, we're going to wrap up this webinar with an elementalization, which is going to be we're going to be offering different objects or items to the yantras, to the statues, to the divine beings, the pictures, and so on here that are representing Lord Muruga. So we have some food that represents the earth. So the earth element is also associated with our root chakra. So we're going to feel it in our legs. We're going to feel rooted into the earth plane. The spiritual energy is going to feel it like it's getting into us and it's keeping us grounded here on the earth plane. We're not spacing out and not being a part of our lives. We're empowering ourselves with this spiritual energy to go and do really great things that we wouldn't be able to do on our own. So offering the earth element food, you can offer a red apple because he loves red. So anything red, if you have red juice, you could offer that as well. The next item that we're going to offer is water. So a chalice of water, and this is fresh water. I didn't drink out of it. It's brand new out of the spring water. You can have water out of a tap too, that's fine. You just don't want to eat or drink anything that you're going to offer. It's kind of like giving someone a drink and you take a sip first, or you give them something to eat and you eat some of it first, and then you deliver it to their table. It's like, what? Anyhow, so water is the next element, and that represents or we align this water element with our navel chakra. So we can imagine our whole belly full of water and getting that water purified inside of us, and then it cleanses our organs so we don't feel sluggish. So that energy will come in and activate the water consciousness inside. The next element and chakra that we'll talk about, so the item that we're going to offer is ghee lamp. This is ghee or clarified butter, and it's burning. You can also have a candle, but you know, be careful when you have burning flames, fire. So that is representing the heart chakra, and then also the arms. We do everything with our hands and our arms, and then it's our heart is that which gets broken all the time, or we feel heavy in the heart when our karma is really tough. We feel disconnected, and we also feel like discouraged, and we don't have the courage to do things. So it will make us to have the heart of a lion and go after things. So the fire energy is that connection to the heart chakra. And then the other item that we're going to offer is an incense, and I'll light that right now. And the incense always clears the space, and it also clears the ego out. What is the ego? It's just the incessant babbling that edges God out. It doubts. It says, how does that work? And the spirit is never going to tell you how. It's just going to do. So we try to give as much information as possible to sort of set you up so you have a little bit of a background, a little bit of an understanding, and then when you go into the experience, all your mind is calm. So this, or focused, and then you're just ready to receive. So this incense stick is like, you know, when they do smudging in different cultures, different religions, all churches, temples, they do have some sort of incense or smudge herbs that they burn, and then that clears the space, and then you get into a more divine state. So you're edging the ego out instead of edging God out. So you're taking charge of the ego, and then that's how you can't kill the ego, because then you'd be dead, and not, you'd have to come back again. So the ego is something that you could just get to master it, and then you put the divine ego to work. So we can transform or transmute or transcend the human ego that's full of doubt and full of anxiety and full of it's full of stuff. And then get into a divine ego, and the divine ego is like, hey, do this fast. Don't be full of anything. Just go next. And you'll have all his energy. You won't need sleep. That's what Lord Muruga did to me last night. He didn't let me sleep all night long. Yes, from yesterday all the way through till now. And it's amazing, because I'm like, how am I still awake? So that's what happens with Lord Muruga's grace and blessings. And that's how we know, because I would be sleeping for sure. So the air element is representing the throat, and then the trachea, the mouth, the nostrils, so where we take air in, and also the prana, the subtler air, which is the life force energy. So it will help us to clear our speech. We will be having sweet speech, and sweet things will come back to us, because whatever you put out comes back. And it will be authentic. It won't be fake. Although there might be, as Dr. Pillai shares, you got to fake it till you make it. So at first you'll be like a little bit forced in your diplomacy approach, but then after a while it'll just be natural, and it'll be just like, wow, this is pretty easy. So that's what the air element and the incense, offering the incense, it will activate that in a mystical, magical way. That's what we're here to learn about. The spiritual path, highest, fastest, easiest, and just get it done, miracles. So the final element is space. Now, what represents the space or the Akash? Again, flowers. So Lord Muruga loves everything red. So if you have some red flowers, you can offer. So I have these beautiful red flowers. I have a little bit of mix of white too, just because that's all there were, but they have a little bit of red on the tips of the petals. So I thought, oh, this is gonna be fun. And then we will offer this to Lord Muruga. And the space energy, or the space, when we offer our prayers, it's kind of like a text message going up. So it's instantaneously, it goes to the sender. You send it, zing, ping, gone. So that's what the flowers will do with our prayers. As Dr. Pillai shares, and most masters, people on the spiritual path who are leading others or mentoring others, we hear over and over and over again, and we do it ourselves as well. We have neurotic prayers. So neurotic prayers are like, please help me, 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 this, that, the other thing, why me, why me? You know, we're like, we can't stop ourselves. Instead, if you can go, it's like we're knocking on heaven's door, and then we are whining when the door opens. Please help me, please help me. You're already in the door. You're already in heaven. Stop whining. You're fine. Or have some cheese with that wine and have a party. That's what they do in heaven. They party. So this, the offering the flowers will take it directly to heaven. And then when you put the prayer into or the mantra, the name of the God, in this case, Saravanabhava or Murugan Kumaran Luhan, and then we imagine the veil as our backbone and brain. I have another veil here, so I'll use this again as a review, is that you just imagine the shaft of the veil as your backbone, your spine, and then all along the spine are these psycho-spiritual centers. So these psycho-spiritual centers will push the Kundalini energy up, and then it'll pop the third eye. So once it gets to the third eye, then the whole brain will light up. And once the whole brain lights up, then it tells the rest of the body, hey, do things in a miraculous way. No slow time. Get rid of the karma, get rid of those negative thoughts immediately. There's too much suffering going on. Like Arunagiri, when he jumped off the temple, he got into a divine state, and then he became saintly. So saints are sinners who never gave up. So there is hope for us. So hope you enjoyed the information sharing session part of our webinar. And now we're going to get into the practice. And this is something you can do at home, some version of it, or you can just watch this recording. They'll be posted to YouTube later on, Pillai Center YouTube. Or there's lots of other YouTubes that Dr. Pillai has shared. So just get into Muruga as deep or as fun and as adventurous and as open and as expansive as possible on his birthday, however that lands on Vishaka Star, 18th Friday or Saturday, May 18th, this coming week. And then enjoy whatever he's going to do for you. And then you can continue on thereafter, because there's always an after party. After the birthday celebration, there's always an after party. And usually the after parties are way more fun. So thanks so much for joining, everyone. Those of you who need to go, those of you who want to stay, we're going to do about 10 minutes of an offering and a meditation. And you're going to zoom like a text message to the heavens and connect with your highest self, who is already aligned with Lord Muruga's energy. And then you'll feel empowered and feel courageous and feel like, hey, I like this guy. Let's call on him a lot more. So enjoy, and we'll wrap it up at the end, and then we will go off and do whatever it is we're going to do next. So happy Mother's Day, everyone, for those of you who need to go. And then happy Mother's Day for all mothers. Even mothers who have gone to other planes. They're no more in the body, and then they are in the heavenly realms. Happy Mother's Day, and bless us all. We all need it. So God bless everyone, and we will now get into the practice. So you can be closing your eyes and just putting your attention at the altar. And this altar here is got a few statues. And then we've got the different items that we're going to offer one by one. we are going to start by activating Muruga consciousness, so birthing it inside of us. The seed is there, it just needs to be birthed. So we need to feel that its expansion, its growth, this energy, this intelligence. It's not going to be of the mind, although you might have a vision or you might have something. You might even see or feel some spiritual energy coming from the statues, from these energized items as we begin the process of energization. So putting your attention at the base of the spine, we're going to put this veil. This is the spear. For those of you who are just joining, this is the spear or the lance that is associated with Lord Muruga and the Kundalini energy. So we're going to activate that inside of us. So putting your attention at the base of the spine. We'll call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles in the Muladhara, the root chakra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now feel the energy in the pelvic region pouring down your legs. Maybe an orangish reddish light appears, or you sense something going on, heat or tingling or pressure. If you feel nothing, you may feel it later. So just keep focusing, do your best to just go with it. We're going to activate the chakras. Imagine a light shooting up from the base of the spine, piercing all the chakras, starting at the base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Move up to the middle of the brain, the third eye, pineal gland. Float back down to the base of the spine. Connect with the earth element in your legs. Na, 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 na. Move up to the navel. Fill the whole belly with water. Ma, 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 ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, and also down the arms and hands. Fill them with fire. Shi, 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 shi. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element and also the prana, the life force. Va, 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 va. Now move into the two eyes and also the right and left brain. Connect with the Akash, the ether, space. Ya, 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 Now imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you. He sends a ray of light in your eyes, your third eye. So 3 beams of light enter your 2 eyes and your third eye. Coming from his eyes and his third eye, connect. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now imagine the veil, the lance or spear of Lord Muruga being superimposed on your backbone and on your brain. The shaft of the veil is your backbone. The head of the spear, the veil, is your brain, and the tip pierces the top of the skull and goes into the space. The energy is moving up. The veil has the energy of millions of suns, light and power, to diffuse your bad karmas all around. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. 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 Feel the veil, the spear, the lance coming alive in your brain and your backbone. All your chakras are lit up. Now say these sounds out loud inside your brain so you hear your voice. The vibrations of the sounds will bring in red light, perhaps. Imagine a flame in your third eye. The veil is on fire. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Feel your brain. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Feel it. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Murugan, Kumaran, Guhan. Be still. And slowly, slowly come back to yourself and gaze forward with your eyelids relaxed at the screen. So we will do the elementalization, activating the root chakra by offering food. Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava. Move into the belly, the water element. Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava. Go into your heart center, also your arms and hands. Connect with fire. Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava. We'll offer the incense, the air element, connect with your throat. The karma gets stored in the throat. Clear the throat. Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava. Now connect with your two eyes, your third eye, your whole brain. We'll offer the flowers to honor the space element inside of us and also here. Saravana Bhava, 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 Saravana Bhava. Merge with the transmission. Feel the empowerment, the peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. Peace, peace, peace. Now we'll conclude this elementalization or puja ritual by offering some camphor that is a great purifier of the body, the mind, the soul. Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava, Saravana Bhava. Make your final prayers. You can reach out and take the light with your hands. So you can just take the light on the screen and then bring that light towards you. Maybe put it in your eyes, your ears, your nostrils, your mouth, all the sense organs, purify them. Bring it into your space, purify your space. Put in body parts that are painful. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. And relax. And slowly, slowly let go of the meditation. The transmission can continue. So this concludes our webinar to connect with Lord Muruga, to birth that energy inside of us so that we're prepared in the days ahead and we're all ready to celebrate and receive the download coming from Lord Muruga on his birthday. And you're welcome to check out the YouTubes, the free YouTubes, find out more about Lord Muruga, check out Pillai Center, Ashravid, and Pillai Center Academy. Enjoy the courses, the services that are available that you can fit into your budget. And then the blessings from Dr. Pillai are always there and available anytime anyone comes to Pillai Center or Ashravid, Pillai Center Academy for these teachings. His energy is there. He's a spiritual master, so he works at the level of the soul. He doesn't necessarily have to be here in person. So he will awaken your third eye and then help you to go deeper into these teachings where you will be this awakened warrior or Palladian god of wisdom. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining. Please send your questions into office@pillaicenter.com and then we will respond to you and help to guide you accordingly. So thanks everyone for joining again. And thanks to Donna, who is in the background and on chat. And also thanks to Gerardo for setting everything up, Alex as well, and everyone at Pillai Center. And of course, Dr. Pillai for always guiding us to be in the right place at the right time and feel empowered always. So God bless you all. Namaste. And happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye.